717,000 people watched a video recommending 11 fast-spreading perennials, and the top comment, with 250 likes, was a warning. Honestly, that commenter had a point, because most videos just hand you a list of plants and say, good luck. No light requirements, no pet warnings, no containment tips. That is not a recommendation. That is a liability. So today, we fix that. 11 perennials, each one chosen for the 4 real problems your yard actually has. Shade, deer, drought, slopes. Each plant comes with its USDA zone, pet safety rating, and a containment tip you can do while standing up. This is the only guide that matches each plant to the problem it was built to solve, warns you which pets it could hurt, and shows you exactly how to keep it in line, even if you cannot bend down. Stay for the pet safety chart, because 9 of these 11 plants are completely safe for every pet in your house. 2 are not, and I will make sure you know exactly which ones. At the very end, there's also a 30-second test that tells you if your soil is even ready. Here is the plan. First, one sentence that ends the invasive debate forever. You will never confuse invasive and aggressive again. Then, 4 yard problems. 11 plants, each one assigned to the job it does best. Shade, deer, drought, slopes. And at the end, 1 action per problem you can do this week with no purchase needed. Before plant 1, let us end this debate in 1 sentence. Invasive means a plant escapes cultivation, spreads into wild ecosystems, and causes documented ecological damage. That is a legal and scientific term. Aggressive just means it spreads fast in your yard. Those are completely different things. Think of it this way. Invasive is the burglar who breaks into the neighbor's house and burns it down. Aggressive is the enthusiastic neighbor who keeps showing up uninvited but never actually hurts anything. One is a crime. The other is just a lot. Of the 11 plants today, only one, the orange ditch lily, Hemerocallis fulva, is officially listed invasive in 5 or more states. The other 10 are aggressive spreaders, controllable, and 4 of them are native to North America. From now on, every single plant in this guide gets a containment tip. You are in control. But before we start, there are 3 mistakes I see every single spring that waste money and drain motivation. Mistake 1, picking plants by how they look at the nursery instead of matching them to your yard's actual problem. Mistake 2, planting an aggressive spreader without a containment plan, then blaming the plant when it takes over. Mistake 3, ignoring pet safety until it is too late. 9 of 11 plants today are safe. 2 are not. We will flag every single one. Problem 1, shade. That dead zone under your big tree where nothing will grow. Here are the 2 plants that were practically built for it. Hardy geranium, not the red pot plant you see on every porch. This is Geranium macrorhizome, the dry shade master. Zones 5 to 8. It spreads by rhizomes 10 to 12 inches per year. Slow enough to track, fast enough to fill a problem area in 2 seasons. Full light, partial shade, or full shade. Safe for all pets. Containment tip. In early spring, just hand pull the outer runners. No tools, you are standing up. It takes 5 minutes. And the divisions you pull, pot them up and you have free plants. A $10 plant can become 3 to 5 divisions after year 3. That is $30 to $50 of plants for free. Now, Garden Phlox David. This one won the 2022 Perennial Plant of the Year award. And the reason it won is exactly why it works in shade. Most phlox gets powdery mildew the moment humidity hits. David does not. Zones 3 to 8, partial shade to full sun. Safe for all pets. Containment is simple. Deadhead the spent flowers before they go to seed. In spring, pull any volunteer seedlings by hand. That is it. No tools. No bending required if you use a long-handled hoe. A $15 plant can give you 3 to 5 free divisions in year 3. Problem 2, deer. If deer have eaten everything you have ever planted, these 3 plants are your answer, because deer navigate by smell, and these 3 smell like a pharmacy. Catmint. Penn State Extension gives it an excellent deer resistance rating. That is their highest level. It works because of the essential oils in the leaves, but listen carefully. This is Nepeta-Walker's Low, not catnip. It contains far less nepentolactone, so it deters deer without sending your cat into orbit. Zones 3 to 8, full sun to partial shade. Safe for all pets. Containment tip? None needed. It is already deer resistant, and it behaves well enough to stay manageable. Now, Bee Balm Jacob Klein, deep red flowers. But what deer smell is thymol, the same compound found in thyme and oregano. Deer hate it. Bees and hummingbirds love it. That is the trade you want. This cultivar is mildew resistant, confirmed across multiple university trials. Zones 4 to 9, full sun to partial shade, safe for all pets. Containment is simple. Use a half-moon edger in spring, press it down with your foot, cut a ring around the outside, done. Standing up, no drama, no crawling around in the dirt. Then comes lamb's ear, soft silvery leaves that deer will not touch. Why? Texture? Trichomes? Those tiny hairs on the leaves make it physically unpleasant in a deer's mouth. ASPCA verified non-toxic to dogs, cats, and horses. Zones 4 to 9. Full sun to partial shade. Containment tip. Rake the stolons back in early spring while standing up. That is the easiest containment on this entire list. Problem 3. Drought and rocky soil. The spots where you water and somehow it drains in 30 seconds. Then the plant dies anyway. Here are two plants that do not just survive that. They thrive in it. Yarrow. Zones 3 to 9. Full sun. It thrives in gravel and hardpan. Yarrow's roots release a natural compound that blocks weed seeds from sprouting in a 6 to 8 inch radius. So you're not just planting a flower, you're planting nature's own weed blocker. But here's the warning. Yarrow contains a kaolin and is toxic to dogs, cats, and horses. If you have pets that spend time outside, plant it in a bed they cannot reach, or skip it entirely. Containment tip. Install an HDPE root barrier 8 inches deep at planting time. 1 afternoon of work. Permanent solution. Now, black-eyed Susan Goldsturm. Zones 3 to 9. This cultivar was studied for years at German university trials before it earned its name, and it handles clay and hardpan better than almost any other perennial on this list. Full sun to partial shade. Safe for all pets. Containment is simple. Deadhead before seeds shatter in late fall, and it stays exactly where you put it. A $15 to $25 plant can give you 4 to 6 free divisions every 2 to 3 years. That is not just gardening. That is turning one plant into a small army. Problem 4. Slopes and edges. Erosion. The spots that turn into mud rivers every time it rains. Here are 4 plants that hold soil for a living. Creeping phlox. Zones 3 to 9. An evergreen mat that spreads 6 inches tall and up to 24 inches wide. When it blooms in spring, it can turn an entire slope purple. And it acts like living mulch, blocking sunlight from the soil so weeds cannot germinate. Full sun to partial shade. Safe for all pets. Containment tip. After it blooms in spring, shear off 1/3 of the growth with long-handled shears. You are standing upright. It takes 10 minutes, and the plant comes back fuller next year. A $10 to $20 plant can give you 3 to 5 free divisions after year 3. Now, daylily. Zones 3 to 9. Its contractile roots physically pull the crown deeper into the soil every year. Living rebar. City engineers use the same root anchoring principle when they stabilize highway slopes. Full sun to partial shade. But here is the warning. Hemerocallis species are severely toxic to cats. Kidney damage can happen from trace pollen on a cat's fur. Dogs and horses are fine. But if you have cats, skip this plant. Containment for everyone else is simple. Plant the root ball inside a 5-gallon nursery pot buried flush with the soil surface. Permanent barrier, no digging required after that. New England aster, zones 4 to 8, used in municipal stormwater management because its root mass is dense enough to hold saturated soil on edges and banks. Full sun to partial shade, safe for all pets. Containment tip, the Chelsea chop. Cut it back by half in June using long-handled shears. That controls the spread and makes it bloom more. A $15 to $25 plant can give you 3 to 5 free divisions per year. Goldenrod fireworks, zones 4 to 9. And let us clear this up right now. Goldenrod does not cause allergies. Its pollen is too heavy to be airborne. It hosts over 3,000 pollinator visits per season, 65 insect species, and 13 species of bumblebee. Perfect for rain garden edges, bioswale banks, and wet slopes. Safe for all pets. Containment tip. Install an HDPE barrier 10 inches deep at planting. Done once. Works for life. Now the pet safety card. All 11 plants. 9 of 11 are safe for all pets. 2 have warnings. Daylily is toxic to cats and can cause kidney damage. Yarrow is toxic to dogs, cats, and horses. If you have cats, skip daylily. If you have any pets, keep yarrow out of reach. Everything else is clear. Your free action checklist, 1 per problem this week. Shade. Photo audit. Take 3 photos of your problem spot at 9 a.m., noon, and 3 p.m. Compare light levels to choose hardy geranium or garden phlox. Deer. Crush and sniff. Find a plant deer, ignore. Crush a leaf, smell it. A minty or herbal scent indicates catmint or bee balm will work. Drought. Mason jar, soil test. Fill 1/3 with soil, fill with water, shake and let it sit for 30 minutes. Sand points you toward yarrow. Clay points you toward black-eyed Susan. Slope. Bucket dump. Pour 1 gallon of water down the slope. Watch the runoff path. Plant creeping phlox on low angle veins, daylily on steeper sections. And now, the 30-second soil test. Grab a screwdriver, push straight down into the soil with normal pressure. If it goes past 2 inches easily, the soil is workable. You can plant this weekend. If it stops before 2 inches, top dress with 1 inch of compost. Wait 2 weeks, then plant. Bottom line, Invasive and aggressive are not the same. Only the orange ditch lily is officially invasive. The other 10 are aggressive spreaders that you control with 5 minutes of work per season. 11 plants, 4 problems. Match the problem first, and the plant almost picks itself. Every plant comes with a standing up containment tip. 2 have pet warnings, so check the safety card before you plant. And now your homework. Grab a screwdriver. Walk outside right now. Push it into the soil. Did it go past 2 inches? Also decide which problem you're tackling first. Shade, deer, drought, or slopes. Because a good garden is not about working harder. It is about letting the right plants do the work for you.